everyone, I'm Daniel, also known as C418. You may know me from the Minecraft soundtrack, but today I am here to celebrate Day of the Devs and Wonderstop, which is the game I've been working on for quite a few years now alongside the rest of the Ivy Road team. It's a game about making tea, change, and finding yourself. In just a second, I'll be showing you what the game does if you just leave it alone and just let the music take over. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. And I hope you check out Wonderstop when it comes out in March 2025. Thank you. All right, I hope you liked this little taste of the music in Wonderstop. It's a completely procedural system that basically just follows your lead and plays along with you. Remember to check out our game when it comes out in March on Steam and PlayStation 5. And thank you for the team for letting us be part of these festivities. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Day of the Devs Digital Game Showcase. The Day of the Devs Curation Committee has scoured all the games that existed ever, and we picked the very best ones for you to check out right here. Without further ado, please enjoy the Day of the Devs Digital Games Showcase. Engage. Oh shit.
Far Away from Steph Turione at Little Eyes in Annapurna is a single-player, one-button, procedurally generated game where players weave constellations across a starry sky, trying to explore the far reaches of space and compete for high scores. It's been in dev for over a decade, completely remade with a beautiful new art style, and I can't wait for you to see it.
Hey, I'm Steph, the creator of Far Away, a game about a shooting star. I was inspired to create a game similar to Tetris in terms of structure, that is always random, replayable, very minimal, and yet has a lot of depth. But it doesn't play anything like Tetris. It's a one-button game. You press the button to gravitate around the closest star, figuring out how to swing your way through space from one direction to another. This shooting star wants to stay alive by drawing constellations, connecting stars together and extracting life energy from the stars. You're given a number of random stars and get to improvise how you connect them. There are tricks. If you connect to one star and go connect to other stars and come back to that one star, you create a loop. And you can do that multiple times, and every time you're increasing a multiplier. As you learn the game, you figure out how to be more efficient in reaching higher scores more quickly. And there's two other modes in the game, puzzle modes. The first puzzle mode, you're given specific shapes and you have to figure out how to make those shapes using the game mechanics. And in the second mode, you're given a specific formation and you're trying to figure out which constellation can give the higher score with that same formation. Far Away is an immersive, cosmic, musical, infinitely replayable experience. I can't wait to see what kind of constellations people make with it once it's released.
It's tricky to introduce a world premiere because you don't really want to spoil the surprise. It's better to vaguely allude to the genre or the visuals without actually saying the title out loud. Like if I told you our next game was called and it was the much anticipated sequel to I'd have spoiled everything, but I'm not gonna do it. You can't make me.
Hi, I'm Rich.
I'm Tia.
And we're from Clever Endeavor Games, an indie studio from Montreal, Canada.
A long time ago, we made a silly party game called Ultimate Chicken Horse. Since then, the game and the community has evolved, and we're super excited to share what's next for us.
We've been working on a brand new party game for the last year and a half, a sort of spiritual successor to Ultimate Chicken Horse that will test your skills and your relationships. Let's check it out.
Our next title is dripping with cursed charm. Have you ever heard of a stealth action deck builder? Well, after sleight of hand, you will have.
Hi, I'm Joshua Boggs, founder and game director at Riffraff. Today, I'm rather thrilled to share some secrets with you about our upcoming game, Sleight of Hand.
Not everyone's ex-employer set them up to take a fall. Just so happens they framed the wrong witch.
Sleight of Hand is a third-person stealth game that blends tactical espionage action with strategic card play. You step into the shoes of Lady Luck, an occult detective pulled out of retirement to do one last job: infiltrate Steeple City and bring down the powerful coven she once called family. What makes Sleight of Hand so unique from other stealth games is how it combines level design and tension of the stealth genre with the strategy that comes with the mechanics of card games.
The assassin's hand. This is gonna sting, boys.
It's a bit like if you took Metal Gear Solid and replaced the guns and tools with cards. Let's talk about how the game plays with an example setup. Here, I'm approaching a heavily guarded checkpoint, and I draw a hand of cards. Looking at these cards and the situation in front of me, I can begin to formulate a plan of attack. The ashes in Lady Luck's cigarette grant me a couple of special abilities around smoke. One of them is Mist Step, which allows me to teleport to mist or smoke in the environment. Since the coin's out of my reach and I want to use it to lure an enemy into my honey trap, I'm going to throw my smoke bomb card close to it, and then use Mist Step to reach the coin. Now that I'm here and I have this new vantage point, I'm going to play my honey trap card, and then link the fate of these two guards together by using double down. This will mean if I stun one of the guards with honey trap, the other will also be stunned. Combining this with the coin I picked up should give me a window to slip past these guards unnoticed. Alright, that worked. Now with both guards stunned, I'm going to quickly play Evaporate to get past the spotlight. Evaporate consumes the smoke cloud on use, so I'm going to use that with the same one that I created from a smoke bomb card earlier. This will allow me to proceed through this part of Steeple City undetected. Steeple City itself isn't just a backdrop, It's a living, breathing character. This rain-slicked city is tightly interconnected and full of hidden locations, secret rituals, and altars that reward exploration. I've hidden a lot of secrets in here as well as the rest of the team. You can access speakeasies with a password you discovered inside a matchbook, or reach new areas through the new cards and abilities you have acquired from bringing down your old coven. For Lady Luck, this isn't about being a hero. It's about getting through this job so she can get back to the bottle and then drown her inner demon. Sleight of Hand is all about strategy, stealth, and choices. It's a love letter to my favourite titles, Metal Gear Solid, Dishonored, Max Payne 2, but with a fresh and unique twist. We'll be launching this amazing game on PC and consoles, so I'd like to cordially invite you to partake in our journey and wishlist Sleight of Hand on Steam today.
This next title is a 3D platformer with a big open world to explore. It's an anime-adjacent, genre mishmashing spectacular. This is every bit Wind Waker as it is Sonic Adventure, and yet not really like either of those things at all. This is our first look at Demon Tides.
Hey everyone, my name is Fabian Rosthofer and I'm the founder of Fabras, the indie studio behind games like Slimesan and Demon Turf. For the past 3 years, my amazing team and I, which you can see here, have been working on our next big game in secret. It's a vast, open-world, expressive 3D platformer you might have seen us tease before under the name Project Tides. It's our most ambitious game to date, and I'm incredibly proud of what the team has accomplished so far. And today is the day we can finally reveal it. So without further ado, check out our new game. Everything in Demon Tides is designed around the philosophy of expression, and that includes expressing yourself through the gameplay. Beebs' base moveset is all about combinatorial depth. No matter the situation you're in, you've got a plethora of chainable moves to pull off. This multiplies exponentially with all the talismans you can discover while exploring Demon Tides' open world. You can equip up to 5 at a time, and they modify or add entirely new abilities to your moveset. All of this means you can cross the same gap in countless different and creative ways. You can also express yourself with a ton of special outfits, mix and match the head or body slots, as well as hair dyes to truly customize your look. And what good are outfits if other players can't see it? Display your drip proudly in the leaderboards, where other players can directly challenge your ghost recordings. The concept of expression also extends to another multiplayer feature. Pick any wall you want and start tagging it with your own graffiti design that other players will see in their own world. We can't wait to show you more of Demon Tides in the coming months. There's still so much to talk about, from the open world design, to the platforming challenges, its cinematic story, and so much more. In the meantime, you can wishlist Demon Tides on Steam to keep out for more upcoming news.
Everyone's had strange daydreams about what it would be like to live in a certain point of history. And sometimes those daydreams go a little wild. Kingmakers, brought to you by the folks at Redemption Road, feels like one of those wild daydreams.
Hey, I'm Paul, and this is Ian and Daniel.
We're the leads of Road Redemption Games and the creator of Kingmakers.
In Kingmakers, you play as part of a team of people who go back in time to medieval England with modern weapons and equipment, with the goal of uniting all of England to change the course of history and save the world.
Kingmakers is nothing like anything you've ever played before, giving you an unprecedented level of interactivity and scope. Thousands of soldiers will be having multiple skirmishes all over the map. If you can see a 4-story building off in the distance, you can have a battle in it with the same kind of AI pathfinding you'd expect from a first-person shooter, except on a massive scale.
But it isn't just a third-person action game. It's also a detailed city simulator where you build cities and castles as you raise and control your armies to conquer the English countryside.
If you happen to fire a rocket launcher inside the building, you can blow a chunk off the wall. Everything in Kingmakers is destructible. If you can see it, you can blow it up or drive a car through.
Kingmakers uses cutting-edge technology to field armies of over 10,000 soldiers, all running on their own next-gen multi-threaded AI, which controls their decision-making, pathfinding, and loyalty, while maintaining the high fidelity you would expect in a third-person action game.
You can't conquer all of England all by yourself, just having modern weaponry though. You need to raise your own massive medieval army to siege castles and take territory.
You can seamlessly switch between combat and issuing orders at any time. You can directly issue orders to your legions or leave it up to your petty officers.
And of course, all of this can be played solo or with up to 3 friends, each leading their own armies alongside your own in multiplayer co-op. The entire campaign is full co-op support.
Kingmakers will be entering early access on Steam and the Epic Games Store in 2025. Wishlist now to follow along with our development updates and sign up to participate in upcoming playtests.
Ever wish you had more time? Well, in Recur, a side-scrolling puzzle platformer by developer Astrological, you'll have just that. But will having control of time make things any simpler? Doubtful.
Oh, time. It's always moving, isn't it? Now and then, you just want to hit the brakes. Maybe because you're not ready for what's coming next. But strangely enough, you see, the rules somehow changed. No more rushing or uncertainty. I mean, the future's still there. But time? It's under my control now. It's always moving, isn't it? And if it isn't, well, it seems I'm the one who has to fix it.
This one's from developer Dagubomb and Raw Fury, and it's actually a mix of genres that's kind of difficult to describe. It's like a roguelike Gone Home mixed with a board game. It has you exploring a mansion to find the hidden rumored Room 46. But every day sees the floor plan reset and shift. This is Blueprints.
My name is Tonda. Let me show you what I've been making. Blueprints is an atmospheric architectural adventure. A game in which you, the player, explore an ever-changing house of shifting rooms. It's a game of mystery. It's a game of strategy. It's a game of exploration. And without giving too much away, I'll say that it's A game of many secrets. For the house you're exploring, it's actually being built by you, room by room, step by step, day by day. The deeper you go, the more you'll discover. The more you discover, even deeper you'll go. I've been crafting this puzzle box of a manor for the last 8 years. It's 5 rooms wide, 9 rooms deep. A house of 45 rooms. Can you find room 46? The doors of blueprints will finally be open spring 2025. Good luck.
First-person shooters can tend to feel a little samey. Not this one. It's got all the tight controls and precision you'd expect from your favorite sci-fi FPSs, but with a twist. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to melt away into this Lisa Frankenbarbie fever dream.
Yeah, it's Jane Fiona, game director of Insolida's Don't Stop Girly Pop here at Funny Vincent Softworks in Boorloo, Western Australia. Yeah, so Insolida's Don't Stop Girly Pop is a Y2K girly pop arena style movement shooter where standing still is not an option. The faster you go, the more damage you deal and the more you heal. Yeah, so just don't stop moving. Yeah, I can break it down for you. Speed's always been a very important part of arena shooters, but it's never been the point per se. So what we're doing is taking movement from being an auxiliary mechanic and moving it straight into the core loop. Push forward combat 2.0. No, I can break that down for you. So wave hopping is kind of like the spirit of bunny hopping, recreated with modern advances in advanced movement technology. 3 mechanics is a slam goes into a double jump, goes into a dash, and it creates this sort of wave-like movement where you're going... You can't see that. No, phones. And so we sort of like recreate the feel of a bunny hop, but it's a lot more intentional and stable, and it's kind of got more room to grow from there. When you go faster, your guns will literally expand. Like, they'll grow more barrels and even more scopes as you go faster, because more scopes, yeah, it's more damage in the end. Yeah, so you basically are the revolution. Let me give you the rundown. Trees are dying, an ecosystem is falling apart, and fairies have been driven from their natural habitat. A despicable mining corporation, Tigris Nix, is out to drain your world of its most precious resource, the love. If they're allowed to continue their mining operation, they'll destroy the entire natural environment. So the robots that run their mining operation, they actually run on love. Luckily for us, so does your speed suit. So if you grab love at just the right time before it evaporates, I can use the love to supercharge your weapons. You can actually do extra damage on top of your speed damage. Love is also saved across your game save, so that of course works into the dress up metagame. That's, yeah, inspired by kind of late 90s CD-ROM and like early 2000s Flash kind of dress up games. It's different materials and colors that you can apply to your first person arms. Of course you can do all denim. Basically, you can meet fairies throughout the game and donate collected love to them to earn more dress-up fabrics and even ornaments for your guns, including rhinestones and butterflies. Yeah, you are a girly pop eco-warrior. So go fast, kill robots, and save the fairies' homes. And look good doing it. Yeah, so you can wishlist and install a Don't Stop Girly Pop on Steam now. Yeah, coming to PC. Soon.
For all you puzzle lovers and daily word solvers out there, this game is something you'll want to add to your collection. Lock Digital has a strange little rule. Find out and spell the word lock in order to seal off empty spaces and solve tricky puzzles. Of course, it gets more complicated from there. Lock, ta, tlack, tlack, slack. Find these odd little words and you'll become a true puzzle master.
Hello, I'm Ferran Ruiz-Sara.
And I'm Blaž Urban Gracar.
And together, we are the developers behind Lock Digital.
I'm an artist, game developer, and musician from Slovenia, and I created this little puzzle book called Lock.
I'm a game developer from Barcelona, and I discovered the Lock book online. I immediately found it so interesting that I reached out to Blaž with a prototype to try to convince him to make a video game adaptation.
Once the Lock book was released, we started working on Lock Digital together full-time.
Lock Digital is a whimsical puzzle game where you learn the words of a fantastical language in order to shape the world of the little cute lock creatures. Each new word you learn has different properties and adds layers of logic to the puzzles.
Your goal in each puzzle is to black out all cells in a grid. It's like a word search puzzle, but using an invented language. The first word you learn is, of course, lock. If you find lock, you can black it out. And if you black out lock, you can then black out one additional cell of your choice. Over the course of the game, you encounter even more words, such as tlak, ta, and lolo. On top of that, new rules are revealed, which completely change how you approach solving these puzzles, while still keeping them elegant and intuitive.
The game starts really simple, and it does get trickier, but don't worry. The campaign is really carefully crafted, and it will guide you along so you discover all the twists and depths of the Lock language. There are also secrets for the player to discover if they're willing to look for them. The game also has daily puzzles, where players can compete with their friends or in the global leaderboard. Daily puzzles use the same mechanics that are learned in the main campaign. Trying to quickly parse a puzzle and solve it in as little time as possible is a very different challenge suited for those who can't get enough of the game.
The Lock creatures are curious little beings that spawned in the middle of a vast, incomprehensible world. At first, they discover fire, and their language consists of only one word. But with your help, they are soon farming crops, building cities, discovering electricity, and even reaching for the stars.
What we love the most about Lock Digital, and we hope that you'll love it too, is the sense of discovery and understanding. At first, looking at a lettered grid is really daunting, but step by step, you'll learn and grow alongside the Lock creatures. By the end of the game, you'll be fluent in the Lock language, and its logic will feel really natural to you.
We'd like to thank our publishers, Draknek and Friends, for believing in our project and for supporting us.
We're delighted to announce that Lock Digital is launching on PC today, and is coming to mobile early next year.
The Abyss is back! We invite you to strap on your gear and delve once again into the colorful run-and-gun roguelite.
For this next game, it's like Kiki's Delivery Service and Road Rash met in a biker bar and got into a deep conversation about emo. It's fast, totally heartfelt, and boasts an incredible soundtrack. I'm thrilled to be introducing the new genre of open world witch tech.
Hello, my name is Anna Hollenrake, and I'm the creative director at Electric Saint.
And I'm Pavel Mihailovic, technical director.
And we are so unbelievably excited to be part of Day of the Devs, showing you our game, Crescent County, a game about underground motorbroom street racing and kissing your friends.
In Crescent County, you play as Lou, a mid-20s disaster as you move to the Isle of Mora and discover a subculture of punk rock street racing.
We also think that genre mashups are where all the interesting stuff happens. Crescent County is sci-fi mixed up with fantasy to make souped-up motorbike brooms. It's vibey lo-fi meets alt rock, playing out of your chunky noughties flip phone. It's Studio Ghibli, but with considerably more crop jackets and chokers. Or roller derby, but with gay witches. Although, upon reflection, that's quite accurate to reality anyway. During the day, you're making deliveries to the island residents around a beautiful witch tech, solar punk, open world. You're not only making deliveries though, you're also herding sheep, you're fixing dodgy ley lines, and getting up to all sorts of witchy hijinks.
By helping the residents of this island, you can also make a bit of money, and then use that money to trick out your broom. You can get new parts that make your broom ride faster, drift harder, or even glide further off a cliff. You can also get sigil stickers, which give your broom special powers such as boosts, teleports, and rewinds.
And then, when the sun sets, you get to race your new friends in impromptu races around the island. Not only that, there's a healthy dose of flirtation and romance that also comes into play. We're a big fan of the rivals to lovers dynamic.
We both had to move as young adults, and had that experience of going to a new place and having to discover a new place, a new community, and yourself all at the same time. So we want to make a game about that question of how do you find home, and we think that experience is really going to resonate with a lot of people, which is why we are so excited to bring this into the world.
Crescent County started off as concept art and illustrations that I would take to comic conventions and show people. And the number one thing that people would say to me was that they wanted to live in my paintings. So it is unbelievably exciting. It's such a dream come true to let this become a reality.
And that's why we're so excited to announce that we're releasing our first playtest. It's super early, so we're calling it a driving test because we really want to hear what people think about our driving mechanics, about what it feels like to actually ride around on a motorbroom on this island, and it's available on Steam and itch right now.
So if underground motorbroom street racing sounds like your vibe, please check out our playtest on Steam and itch, and do give us a wishlist too as well, because it really does help us out. And with that in mind, thank you so very much for your time, and we hope to see you on the Discord and Crescent County social media very soon.
Food, glorious food, sang Oliver Twist, dreaming idly that his bowl of gruel might morph into a banquet of peas, pudding, and saveloys. From Willy Wonka to Sweeney Todd, singing about food has often been a recipe for success for many a memorable musical. And our next title is following hungrily in their footsteps.
Hello, I'm Philip from Chemibox, and this year on Day of the Devs I present to you a world premiere.
There never was a sandwich of more poetry than this. Of peanut butter and jelly.
What do you call this? It's absolutely ghastly. It's really quite disgusting and hardly very classy.
Oh, chocolate titty. Thy knives are sharp. Thus we don't leave. What the I'm dead.
It's the peanut butter jelly sandwich.
If Shakespeare lived today, what would he write about? Forget Romeo and Juliet. Peanut Butter and Jelly the musical tells a romance of much more sweet and saltiness. the invention of the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Every mother asked their daughter, what do you think you'd like to see when you grow up? Everybody wants to know.
I'd give it a whirl to travel the world, dress like a girl, learn to change a
Through 10 musical acts, you will guide a rebelling strawberry and a disillusioned peanut through wonderfully odd paper collages with lots of quirky characters.
Yes, son, we are talking about nuts here. Nuts.
Everything is handmade, no AI. With paper stop motion being cut out from vintage cookbooks, peanut butter and jelly freshly from the jar, and children giving their best to recite slightly misunderstood Shakespeare quotes.
Oh, true Patricia, thy knives are sharp, thus with a leap I die! What the? Get off me!
In the game, you can drag, pull, and push everything to make the story your own. And since it's a musical, I was super happy that I could convince Lorraine Bowen, Britain's Got Talent's Golden Buzzer, to write and perform all the music.
Hello, my name's Lorraine Bowen, and I wrote the music for Peanut Butter and Jelly, the musical, PBJ. Woo! It's got all the things that I absolutely love. So it's got catchy lyrics, catchy tunes, and catchy characters.
Over here, grass up a quick
Very green!
And over there, minestrone de moustache.
Philip had this idea very early on and just storyboarded it all out, and it's just a marvellous piece of work. I've never done anything before like it.
Cupcake topping, a cupcake topping,
Cupcake topping,
a cupcake topping,
cupcake topping,
cupcake topping,
sliced and diced.
sliced and diced.
Yes, the
Will
rest
you sing along in the game? I hope so. Will you get a couple of great earworms? I hope so.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I declare! I declare!
The space race is all the rage these days, and, well, it's a decidedly serious endeavor. The cosmos can also be cozy. Think of this next game as a bit of astronautical joy, made by the same developers who made the absolutely charming Hidden Folks DLC.
Yo, Celine here, coming to you from planet Earth. And today I'm very excited to show you Curiosmos, a whimsical space sim in which you create your very own solar system. You'll start out with the most important part, creating your planet from stardust. And once it's ready, it's time to experiment. On your planets, you'll find the most fascinating phenomena. You can create mountains, valleys, volcanoes, oceans. You can play with the weather, and so on. You can also become great friends with a satellite named Curio. And together, you can collect some sparkly rocks, ice and other space material in the asteroid belt to later use on your planets. And perhaps like that, you'll be able to kickstart life in your solar system and make evolution happen. Be very nice to your creations, as life is rather fragile. And like so, you can fill your entire solar system to the brim with planets and then top them off with a couple of moons. That all sounds really lovely and peaceful, doesn't it?
only a few light years away, there's a giant insatiable black hole wanting to devour your entire solar system and all your darling planets. If only there was a way to stop this horrible disaster from happening. Maybe that robot Curio has an idea? Ever since I was a little girl, I've been obsessed and fascinated with outer space. And through Curiosmos, I wanted to make something that will make other people as excited and curious about the cosmos as I am. So that's why we're pouring all our love and attention into Curiosmos, so that we can deliver to you the most adorable, great feeling space sim in the entire universe. Thank you, I am 8-Bit and Day of the Devs for having us, and thank you for watching. Sending you all a lot of love from me and the team. Cheers and goodbye. Peace out.
As the old saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, try flipping the entire world on its head and send everything around you flying into the air. Then, try teleporting to swap places with the boulder you just launched and catapult yourself past all those lasers to land safely on the other side. Job done!
You like snacks? Like chill music? Like random wanderers entering your humble convenience store, learning about their lives, perhaps helping them pick out the perfect thing for their late night craving? Well then, this is the game for you.
Hey, I didn't expect to see you in Tokyo. What are you up to? Looking for games? Well, unfortunately, there is none. It's kind of like a grocery store. But you know what? Maybe it's a sign that we've met. I've got this super cool game to tell you about called Inconvenient. It's actually inspired by one of the convenience stores like this one. In the game, you play as Makoto, a girl who comes to help her aunt with the night shifts at a small town convenience. You get to be the clerk, stocking shelves, keeping things in order, and chatting with the customers. The fun part? You can interact with every single product. Pick it up and check it out. When you stock the shelves, there is this super satisfying sound, and the music actually changes to match the vibe. You can set up items however you want, or even not stock them at all, but trust me, your customers will notice that. It's actually part of the story. How you arrange things can affect the characters' lives. Every customer feels like a real person. with your own tastes and habits, and you get to piece together their stories based on what they buy. You can explore the whole store, open drawers, and hunt for the hidden stories waiting to be found. And get this, life goes on in the store even that you're not there. So each new day, there is something fresh to discover. We are big fans of Asian culture, so we packed this store with tons of cool details and created a soundtrack inspired by Japanese hits from the 90s. It's got that chill vibe, so you can just relax, maybe grab a Coke, and take in everything happening around you.
Good.
My name is Dima Shen. I'm a founder of Naga Industries. If you're interested in Combini, go ahead and add it to your wish list. Catch you later, and hopefully we'll meet in Combini again.
We've seen a resurgence of stop-motion animated games over the last few years. Vocabulantis, Harold Halibut. But this next one comes out of left field. It approaches stop motion in a strikingly beautiful way that you are not expecting at all.
Hi, I'm Andrea Love, creative director and founder of Woolly Games. I'm Michelle Hakewood.
And I'm Eric Love, Andrea's twin brother.
We are so grateful to be part of Day of the Devs to present our debut project, Feltopia, our entirely hand-felted stop-motion video game. At first glance, Feltopia may appear to be a traditional shmup, but instead of a shoot-'em-up, this is a cute-'em-up, our cozy take on an arcade side-scroller. So instead of destroying enemies, you're transforming beings back to their true forms. Making Feltopia is a true labor of love. I come from the world of film and social media, where I've been animating with Wool for over a decade. In order to capture the full fuzzy potential, every sprite in the game is needle felted by hand, using techniques I've fine-tuned over the years. All the characters, landscapes, and special effects are then brought to life with stop-motion animation, one frame at a time.
In this eco fairy tale, you play as Sky Rider, a sheep herder with magical powers on a quest to save their rainbow flock. These 5 special sheep have unique elemental abilities you'll need in order to save infected creatures, dodge elemental obstacles, and liberate poisoned bosses.
I am so excited to bring my woolly world into the hands of gamers.
We are 1 year into development and have lots of exciting elements planned to reveal in the coming year.
Feltopia is scheduled to release in 2026. Wishlist us on Steam today.
Do you feel overwhelmed by the crystal clarity of high-definition television? Then get your haggard peepers ready for dithered 1-bit video streams.
From the people who brought you Untitled Goose Game and Thank Goodness You're Here comes a revolutionary new television experience. Don't like what's on? You can always change the channel.
I'm Madeline Planet, and damn it, you're watching Blippo Plus.
Yep, see, it's just physics, man.
I'm always here, just behind the scenes.
Pulling the strings.
Greetings, thinkers. It's Professor Ned Telson.
Barbara Lightworker has the spiritual forecast on
Resplendent in mutant primrose.
Does this mean our affair is over?
Oh, hey, speaking of science, did you see the thing about the thing in space?
Our show. And that's the Rubber Report. Boing, boing.
You're watching a Blippo Plus. This isn't television, it's poetry in motion.
Explains why I'm barfing all the time.
Sign up to find out when Blippo Plus will be available in your area at blippo.plus.
Next, we've got an exciting announcement from one of our favorite Day of the Devs alumni. I'll let them spill the gear bits.
Hi everyone, Michael Clark, lead producer for Hyperlight Breaker here, and on behalf of all of us at Heart Machine, we're thrilled to officially announce Hyperlight Breaker is launching on Steam Early Access in January 2020. On making Breaker the best it can be before it enters Early Access. And we want to thank all of you for your patience and support over the years that's helped us get to this point. Early Access will mark just the beginning for our players. Throughout Early Access, we'll be adding a ton of content and getting your feedback to help evolve Breaker across the board. Before Early Access begins, we'd like to share an overview of the game and what you need to know before you jump into the overgrowth with fellow Breakers for the first time. Hyperlight Breaker is a co-op, open-world roguelike set in a brand new realm in the world of Hyperlight, taking place decades before the events of Hyperlight Drifter. In the game, you take on the role of a Breaker, a warrior and explorer. The Breakers are an elite organization who have the daunting task of restoring civilization after a huge, world-destroying war. Your mission is to explore the overgrowth, take down the crowns, collect and assemble their scattered memories, building and establishing order as you set out to destroy the Crown's leader, the Abyss King, who rules the overgrowth. The Crowns know the secret of the curse within the overgrowth, and it'll be up to you and the rest of the Breakers to uncover the truth. We've only scratched the surface of what Hyperlight Breaker is. Visit our Steam page to view the full trailer and wishlist today. See you all in the overgrowth when Hyperlight Breaker launches in Steam Early Access on January 14th, 2025.
Wait, we've got one more exciting last thing for you. A previously unseen title from Alpha Channel and Kepler, and it's going to be in your hands before you know it.
Someone once told me that, in the end, all things are forgotten. Did you come all this way to forget? Or did you come here to fight? Out here, at the end of it all, you might not have a choice. What's it going to be? Do you want to forget? Or do you want to fight? Because in the end, the only thing that's not forgotten is the fight.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
I'm Mike. And I'm Bane. We're from Alpha Channel, coming to you from Toronto to talk to you about our studio's first game, Tank It.
Tank It takes place in a unique science fiction world, offering a novel blend of vehicular action, exploration, and narrative world building. The player takes the role of a sleepwalker, a person who uploads their consciousness into a mechanical shell in order to enter an irradiated wasteland known as the ECA. Inside the ECA, the legal factions struggle against each other for survival, while the local authority maintains order with an iron fist. Decades after the terrible war that brought ruin to these lands, something else has begun to stir within the ashes.
As the Needle, your vehicle of choice is the light tank, capable of moving quickly and delivering devastating damage. Your tank can be equipped with various weapons, armor, wheels, motors, and abilities to customize your gameplay. One thing we're excited about for Tankhead is how we've embraced tank controls, leaning into what makes tanks and tank warfare unique. Players simultaneously control the facing of the body and turret of the tank. Keep your armored size facing enemies and protect your vulnerable motors. Definitely takes some time to adjust to, but it's a blast to get good at. Our core combat loop is something we call dismantle and destroy. Enemies are made up of layers of parts to protect them. Players use their wide assortment of powerful weapons to break down their enemies shot by shot, eventually revealing their delicate weak points and letting the player score a decisive blow. Once the fight is over, players can salvage remaining parts, either for use on their own tank or for valuable scrap. Tankhead is a roguelike. Players start in the hub and take on missions across the ECA. Each mission culminates in an intense fight with one of our bosses, also known as Tankheads. We're excited for you to explore the world we've created, along with our take on vehicle combat.
We'd love to thank the team behind Day of the Devs for giving us this opportunity to share their game with you. And we're super excited to say that Tankhead is available right now on the Epic Games Store.
For more information, visit tankhead.com.
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much to the developers for bringing such amazing games to share with us here today. Thank you for watching.
Thank you to our generous sponsors and to our individual contributors.
Thank you to our founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit, and our 2024 sponsors, Annapurna Interactive, Bone Loaf, Blumhouse Games, Devolver Digital, Egg, The Game Awards, Glum, Idea Xbox, Kepler Interactive, Maximum Games, Netflix Games, Nighthawk Interactive, Panic, PlayStation, Pop Agenda, Razer, Sabotage Studios, Studio MDHR, Summer Game Fest, UFO 50, and X-Sola.
And if you have the means, please consider donating so that we can continue our efforts with Day of the Devs.
If you're in a leadership position at a studio, at a publisher, please consider giving us some marketing dollars. Every little bit counts. You will make a difference. You will allow us to continue on our mission to shine a spotlight on indie games.
And remember, Day of the Devs is a 501c3 charitable organization, which means that all donations are tax deductible.
If you want to donate to Day of the Devs, go to dayofthedevs.com, sign up for our newsletter, check out upcoming shows. Thank you to the crew.
Thank you once again to our musical maestro, Dose One, for supplying all the beats and the blip blops and the zip zaps and all that wonderful stuff you heard in between segments. If it wasn't for him, everything would be silent.
Thank you to the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley for your ongoing collaboration and for always shining a spotlight on indie games.
We'll see you tomorrow night at the Game Awards at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And thanks to all our presenters for putting this show together. Until then, just remember, video games are the only thing that matters.